All right, audio's looking good. Okay, so I had already recorded this video. It was supposed to be talking about a random NBA team after spinning a wheel. Inspired by Motown Noah, by the way. I'll link his channel down below. But I got Atlanta Hawks in the video, but something went wrong with the video. I still have the audio of it, but I decided to just redo it. So it might not be as off the cuff as I originally intended. But before we get into it, welcome back to Quintuple Overtime. And this is a YouTube video, so I'm contractually obligated to ask you to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's I don't have a choice in it. I'm sorry. But without further ado, let's talk about the Atlanta Hawks a little bit. Okay, so biggest thing about the Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young. Trae Young's at point guard. Trae Young is one of the most talented offensive players in the league. He can put up 30 points any given night, and he can run an offense like not like nobody else, but there's not many better options for running an offense. There's Luka, Jokic, LeBron, and Trae Young. Trae Young's up there. Trae Young is a bona fide. When he's at the helm, good things will happen on offense. On defense is a different story. Bad defender. One of the worst defenders in the league. But they traded for DeJounte Murray, so we'll see how that goes. Typically, you'd think, like, that's two ball-dominant guards. How's that going to mesh together? Honestly, I don't really know. I think they'll figure it out. I think they'll be good, but, I don't think they'll figure it out right away. I think they might actually have a bad start to the season, just because it might be something that they're not really used to having. And honestly, I know DeJounte Murray's kind of known as, this great defensive guard, but I think, last year, he wasn't all that great defensively. He's kind of like a good defender on reputation now, more than, his actual defense. But, hopefully he can kind of get back to what he does on the defensive end, because he's great on the offensive end. He's not really a shooter, which would be a little difficult with, so he can't really, spot up for Trae Young while he playmakes. If Trae Young can move a little bit off ball, that'd be cool. But that's not really Trae Young's cup of tea. They're both very ball dominant, so we'll see how that goes. Clint Capella, solid a center as there is, plays pretty good defense, rebounds, can roll to the basket after setting a pick. John Collins, I really like John Collins. I personally really like John Collins. I'm tired of hearing how the Hawks need to trade John Collins and all that. We saw in the playoffs, when they made their Eastern Conference Finals run, the quality defense that John Collins can play. The thing is, they need that more consistently, though. I think we saw last year, we were expecting this big, oh yeah, John Collins is that guy, he proved what he can do. But, he wasn't really the same guy on defense that he was in the playoffs, which is understandable. You can't expect that every play the whole season, he's not Dennis Rodman. But once we saw what he could do, it's kind of is he even really trying out there? So you need to see more effort from John Collins on defense. And, he can create a little bit on offense. He can spot up. He can roll to the basket. He's good on offense. But we need to see a little more effort from him consistently on defense. DeAndre Hunter, I'm not really sure what to expect from DeAndre Hunter. I'm hoping to see a big jump from DeAndre Hunter. Play some defense, shoot some threes, I honestly don't really have much else to say on DeAndre Hunter. What did the Hawks lose? So they lost Danilo, which I like Danilo. I think Danilo's a good player. He's made out of paper and glass, though. Glass bones and paper skin. And he's already hurt again, so he's going to be out the whole year. Kevin Herter. They lost Kevin Herter. I like Kevin Herter. But for the Hawks, when you have Trae Young as your point guard, having Kevin Herter next to him probably isn't best for the defensive side of the ball. He's a good scorer, though. I think he'll be pretty solid with the Kings. Maybe a 15, 16 point per game scorer, something like that. They still have Bogdan, though. I like Bogdan. Bogdan's a really solid guy. I think he plays okay defense. He's not a good defender or anything, but I think he plays he'll play okay team defense. He's a little inconsistent at times, but sometimes you'll get those games where he's putting up 30, and sometimes you'll get a game where he's 3 for 10. But he's a good player. You like to have him on your team. I'd love to have Bogdan on the Mavericks. Onyeka Okongwu. We're hoping to see more minutes for Onyeka Okongwu, really, because like we've seen flashes of what he can do, but he hasn't really gotten that consistent playing time to like really show what he can do. Fun fact, though, I actually played in the same travel ball program as him when I was in 8th grade. I maybe talked to him like once. But yeah, that's just a little fun fact about me. But yeah, I don't think there's much else to say about the Hawks. What do I think they'll do this season? I think they'll start off a little slow. I'm projecting maybe like a 4-6 start to the season, but maybe end up winning around like 48, 49 games on the whole, make the playoffs. I could definitely see them getting out of the first round, but with all the talented teams in the East, honestly, I could see them getting eliminated in the first. I don't see them getting past the second round though. So that's my ceiling for the Hawks this year. A second round exit. My floor for them is a first round exit. I think, they'll be around. Oh shit, because like 7th and 8th seed is the play-in now. So will they be in the play-in? Because let's think about this. We got Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, Heat. Yeah, so they'll probably be like a 5th or 6th seed, right? No, Cavs. 5 to 7, 5th to 7th seed, something like that for the Hawks. Yeah, I could see something like that. But yeah, I don't think they'll be making any finals appearances this year, or even another Eastern Conference Finals, which, they could, obviously. Anything could happen. You never know how injuries will shake it up in the playoffs or whatever, but yeah, other than that, I don't have much else to say. All right. See you guys later. Peace.